Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. Happy Monday. And I thought we'd take a break from the Nightmare Before Christmas, mostly because it turns out what I thought was a full structure deck is not a full structure deck and is in fact misboxed. So, not sure what was happening there. So, instead, I wanted to pull out something also very, very Halloweenish themed and a little more topical right now. Considering the Thousand Year War is going to get animated here really soon, I wanted to talk about Bleach, the trading card game. So now I didn't play this for too long. My cards are not like super I don't know what I mean to say here. Let me try it as saying I was okay at playing, but there was only a few of us that played, and our card pool wasn't that extensive. So, from what I remember, we needed 60 cards. One of those cards had to be your avatar character. And so I chose the Mantis Grande, and of course I've got this super foiled out, forgive me for taking him out of the sleeve after all these years. But he's almost an ultimate rare because he's just so hard to see in the lighting. And just textured as all get out. And what this is going to tell you how many hit points you have. So 39, which I could tell you is not showing up very well. Then it shows you what type of energy you have to have. So a lot of games have a resource system like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon. And this sort of rides the in-between by calling the cards energies. But then also more I want to say it was not White Schwartz, but oh man, I totally forgot the name of the game. But they had really cool textured cards, and they had a separate resource deck as well. I'm probably going to remember the deck or the game halfway through this, so I'm sorry if I just blurted out like a goofball. But what it is you play the mix represented on your avatar. So this guy is 497. So you got 4 mind, 9 body, and then 7 of the spirit energies. This, of course, would get shuffled, set off to the side, and then I think it's once or twice a turn, you get to decide whether or not you want to draw a card, or if you just want to add power, and then the power sort of exhausts itself or taps, like we do in Kaijudo, Duel Masters, Magic. World of Warcraft had us spend the resource, whatever you like. But this is going to affect how you pay for cards. And again, for the life of me, I can't remember everything to do with this. So as we go, we'll just go. Also, this says hollows in my party have an energy cost of 4 or less. Get +1 to all of their stats. So again, the Mantis Grande, kind of like a big boss type character. And again, he just looks really, really sweet. And we're going to get into the other 59 cards here just a second. So let me put him on top of the energy. And then let's put that up here real quick. All right, so starting with, let's see, it goes characters. Quite a few of them. Characters, events, and battlegrounds. So that's the order. Oh, geez, the name of the game. Force of Will. Force of Will. Had an extra resource deck. Okay, so we're playing Acid Wire at 3 copies. And the version that we're going to play is this Evil Hollow one. While the opponent's party has at least 1 human female. You do not take power damage when Acid Wire loses a battle. Again, they can fortify. They have different stats over here. This is their costs to play. No, I do not really remember how to play. I just remember that this was one of the decks I had more fun with. Because again, I like the villains. I don't know, guys. That's who I am. We got 4 copies of Bulbous G. You guys might remember him from early on in the anime. This one only takes physical power to play. Only fortifies on whatever that is, fortitude and strength, is an agility booster. When you attack with Bulbous G, you lose 2 power. So again, he's fairly good for the early game type stuff. But moving into the later game, he was a little different. Demonic Hollow, we ran that at 3 back then. Actually had a foil. What made this one so good was this one was also non-unique. And since it was non-unique, you could have more than one in play at a time. This also had the ability to deplete, put a hollow that costs 2 or less energy into play from the hand. The opponent gets 3 power. Essentially, power was like the life, I believe. So again, that was my 39 stat on the Mantis Grande. But again, it's like, yeah, I'll give you some power if I can just play another card real quick. So again, that's pretty good. Next one, we play Fishbone D, the Menacing Evil. And again, he was kind of cool. Kind of had like a little fish face thing going on. If all the characters in your party are hollows, and again with this deck they will be, you may discard him to boost Quick 2 instead. So again, whereas he could only boost the SPP, whatever, spiritual power. Probably, I'm guessing, he would be able to boost and help out others fight the other way as well. We do have 2 copies of the Grand Fisher. And Grand Fisher, again, you know, kind of on the level of Mantis Grande, kind of a bigger deal. At the start of your main step, draw 1 card for each hollow in your party to a maximum of draw 5. Obviously, this guy was really good and really fun to play. Lots of good stats right here. Very strong card. Then we played 1, 2, 3. Hexapodus. Basically, big skull spider. Not a big fan because I don't like spiders. Again, pretty cheap on the cost. Only cast on 2. No real effect here. Just basic, good character. Help you start building your board. Next, we got some Hollow Henchmen. We're going to run a full suite of 4 of this guy. Again, it's going to cast on 3. Another non-unique. 1 mind to deplete a hollow that costs 2 energy or less. Draw 1 card. What does deplete mean? Deplete should be tap. So it's tap to draw. And again, you basically want to get into your... we want to get into the Grand Fisher. And again, as much as that guy costs to play, casting on like a 4/4/4 for 12, again, being able to get all that extra draw power was like really good. Next up, we are going to use 4 copies of the Mantis Hollow, another non-unique. And again, this is where a lot of the power from the hollows came from, was just being able to play a bunch of non-unique cards and do basic swarm. And again, this one's real cheap. This one casts on 1 spirit. So again, you should be able to play this one rather early. We got some more Mantis Hollows. These ones are non-unique. And again, since we did have more than 1 type of Mantis Hollow, I want to say this is like other games where they go based off the card number. Like the first Digimon. I want to say, not exactly Naruto, but Naruto would allow for sub-names to have extra names in play. And I want to say Dragon Ball Super was like this. But again, more non-unique characters, plays it on 2 or less. Other Mantis Hollows in your party get +1 quick. So again, the more of them there are, the faster they're going to strike and the better they're going to attack with that. We do have 1 Mantis Grande card here. This way we can play him as well as having him as our avatar. He's going to cast on a full 8. All other hollows in the party get +2 to all stats. Unfortunately, I only owned 1. So if I would have had more, I probably would be playing him at more. Considering this is like legit his deck. Just would have been more fun that way. We are running 2 types of the Numb Chandelier. And again, not too sure what's going on here. This one at the start of the main step, deplete 2 spirits or discard Numb Chandelier from play. So again, he has like an upkeep cost. And then this version, the Terror of the Imagination, when you play Numb Chandelier, search the discard pile for up to 3 hollows, placing them in play. This would be the one I would play more than just a single of. But hey, this is an older deck. It is what it is. I do have 1 copy of the Sketch Hollow. This one would also be non-unique, but I'd say this was a later set when packs were just less likely to come across for me. When Sketch Hollow enters play, renew a hollow in your party that costs 2 or less. So again, that would be like untap. The Snake Hollow, we've got 1. He's non-unique. When enters play, choose a character in the opponent's party. While you have only hollows in your party, that character cannot use any activated effects. Definitely a later set, as you can tell from the change up of the way that the card looks. We were running 1 copy of Spiny. Again, non-unique, cast on 1, just good stuff generically. And then we were going to be running 1 more copy, or 1 more character that's non-unique. 4 copies, Tribal Hollow. Again, super low cost, super low stats, can boost, what was that, spiritual power. And again, just like a very fun, a lot of non-uniques in the creatures or the characters. But again, it's all hollows because again, I like the bad guys. I don't know. I've always been of the mindset that the better your villains are, the better your heroes have to be. So if you want a standout hero, you have to make some standout villains. That's why Frieza works so well in Dragon Ball series. It's not even funny. Moving on to our events, which are basically like spells. You play these, and then of course they just kind of go away. So we use 4 copies of Deep Wound. If the opponent has taken power damage this turn, they lose an additional 3. So just deepen that cut. Playset of Gathering of Hollows. Search your deck for an Evil Hollow card, put it in play. And again, this allows us to play just anybody. So there's no real restriction on it. So again, I can start my Menos Grande. I can start the Grand Fisher real early and start off with some really good bonuses. 2 copies of Take Aim. Name a trait while a character in your party is attacking a character with that trait. My character gets +1 to all stats for that battle. So again, if I'm fighting up against a deck where I see it's all humans or all Spirit Reapers or whatever, Shinigami, I can go ahead and declare that and just gain bonuses. Of course, this could be used against me as well because this would just be insane. And then the last one I'm using is 2 copies of Vicious Strike. Look at the opponent's hand, discard a card from it. Use this only when you defeat one of the opponent's characters. Again, this is back in the day when they thought that only guys played card games. So defeat one of his characters. A little weird by today's standards. Actually, kind of weird by these standards because if we look at the bottoms of these cards, these are 2007 for some of them. Yeah, it's looking like they were all 2007. So again, kind of weird that you would just assume that. But it is what it is. And then we got some Battlegrounds, and I think these stayed in play. So again, we got City Streets. Deplete a character in your party that shares your defending stat. Add its shared stat to your defending stat limit once per turn. Use while attacked. And again, we've got, looks like a full play set of 4 of these. And again, I love how they just go ahead and put these ones sideways to be nice and confusing. Then we're going to use 3 copies of the Schoolyard. All hollows get +1 to all stats while defending. So again, that's just going to work for us. And then the last card is going to be 1 Streets of Karakura. When a hollow in your party wins a battle against a human, your opponent discards a card at random from their hand, then draws 1. So it could potentially mess up their plays. Doesn't always. The other ones are a little more standardized as far as how they work. So again, just a little bit better. So what was fun about this game was you had like 3 stacks going into the game. It's like Chaotic had 5. This one had 3. Most games are only going to have you running like 2 or 3 because you're going to have your main deck, your side deck, and like whatever they call the combination. Naruto, I want to say they called it the reinforcements. Yu-Gi-Oh! We call it the extra deck now. It used to be the fusion deck. Vanguard, I believe, called it the G deck. But that's where the G units, the grade 4s, would be kept. And, so on and so forth with other games that use it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Coming up in a couple of hours, what we're going to have for you today is something that I thought was on the channel but is not. So big thanks. One of my viewers pointed this out. We are going to be doing we built the Cyber Dragon 3x structure in Master Duels. So we're going to go and play it. We're going to do some gates today and show off some test hands. And then right at the end, I'm going to show you guys a couple of cards that you guys can generate to make the deck a little bit better. And hopefully with all the winning we've been doing lately, we can use some of our ultra rare resources to get into some of the cards I know I was missing and the reason I haven't been playing it yet. So guys, if you're into that, check it out. It'll be coming up next. If you guys enjoyed this, if you guys want to see another one, I know for a fact I have a Kurosaki clan deck based around Ichigo and his family. So if you guys want to see that one, let me know in the comments section, and maybe we'll finish out Spooktober with that next week on, I believe it's going to be the 31st, Halloween itself. So guys, do me a favor, go do the things, have a great day, enjoy the rest of your week, and hopefully you guys will stop by for the play footage as well as the 2 decks we're going to feature this week. And something else I forgot to mention, I'll mention this in the next video too. Which one did you guys want to see me build up at full power from the new Battle City, or not Battle City, the new GX midterms box? Did you guys want to see the heroes, the water dragons, the gate guardian, or the roids? Because again, we finished our 3-time structure decks yesterday. It's time to go full power, and let's see what these decks can really do. Make your votes in the comments. Have a great one. See you guys later. Peace.